Welcome to the EV Zone YouTube channel. Every week, the EV world charges ahead with game-changing innovations and surprising developments. And this week is no different. Today, we're tackling one of the biggest pain points for EV owners and skeptics alike, charging infrastructure. From rural towns with no fast charging stations to long road trips where you have to carefully plan each stop, EV charging still isn't as convenient as filling up a gas tank. But what if a new battery technology could completely change the way we think about charging? In this video, we're breaking down the solid-state battery revolution, when it might actually arrive, and what it means for EV range, charging convenience, and the future of infrastructure. In this video, we will cover the following 6 topics. Section 1. The current state of EV charging infrastructure. Section 2. Why charging still feels inadequate for many drivers. Section 3. What makes solid-state batteries different. Section 4. How solid-state range and speed could reduce charging dependence. Section 5. The ripple effect on charging networks and EV adoption. Section 6. The future outlook. When will solid-state hit the road? If this sounds good and it's something you'd want to watch, stick around as we break the news. With that said, let's dive in. Video disclaimer. First things first, before we dive into the solid-state battery topic, please note that this video is presented purely as an EV advancement news update. The images shown are for illustrative purposes only and have no affiliation with the company or the brand. I'm simply sharing exciting developments in the EV industry. For more details about solid-state battery progress, please check the news source article in the video description. Section 1. The current state of EV charging infrastructure. Let's start with where things stand today. While EV adoption is growing fast, the charging network hasn't caught up everywhere. Urban centers are getting more stations, but many rural areas still lack coverage. Road trips often require detours to find a compatible charger. And even when chargers are available, queues and broken stations are common headaches. Section 2. Why charging still feels inadequate for many drivers. For many potential buyers, charging is the deal breaker. Unlike gas stations, which are nearly everywhere, EV chargers can be sparse and inconsistent. Long distance travel requires planning, absent patience, and home charging isn't always an option for apartment dwellers. This uneven convenience slows adoption, especially in regions where public charging access is limited. Section 3. What makes solid-state batteries different? Now here's where solid-state batteries enter the picture. Unlike today's lithium-ion cells, solid-state batteries replace the liquid electrolyte with a solid material. This unlocks the potential for much higher energy density, faster charging, and improved safety. Instead of worrying about when you'll find your next charging stop, solid-state could give you a range boost that makes most trips worry-free. Section 4. How solid-state range and speed could reduce charging dependence. Imagine EVs with 500 to 800 miles of range that can charge to 80% in just 10-15 minutes. Suddenly, those gaps in charging infrastructure don't matter as much. Road trips wouldn't require frequent stops, rural residents could get by with fewer chargers, and range anxiety would finally become a thing of the past. In short, solid-state batteries could reduce our dependence on charging networks altogether. Section 5. The ripple effect on charging networks and EV adoption. This has big implications for infrastructure. Instead of building thousands of slow chargers everywhere, we could focus on fewer but ultra-fast stations positioned like today's gas stations. That means easier grid management, less waiting around, and lower barriers for EV adoption. With solid-state, charging could become an occasional convenience, not a constant concern. Section 6. The future outlook. When will solid-state hit the road? So when will we actually see solid-state cars on the road? Automakers like Toyota, BMW and Nissan are aiming for the late 2020s, while startups like QuantumScape have shown promising prototypes but admit mass production could take longer. Experts suggest limited rollout in premium models first, likely by 2027 or 2028, with wider adoption only by the early 2030s. The timeline isn't guaranteed, but what's clear is that the race is on, and whoever gets there first will have a massive competitive edge. Your thoughts? Do you think solid-state batteries will really solve the charging problem, or will infrastructure still be the deciding factor in EV adoption? Some believe that once we hit 500-800 miles of range, charging networks won't matter as much, while others argue that unless every driver has easy access to fast chargers in their neighborhood, adoption will still be limited. Would you personally wait for solid-state EVs before making the switch, or do you feel today's lithium-ion EVs already meet your needs? Are you someone who prioritizes longer range and faster charging, or would you be satisfied with the current infrastructure if it simply expanded faster? I'd love to hear your perspective, especially if you live in an area with limited chargers, or if you've already made the jump to EV ownership. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and who knows, your view could feature in a future video right here on EV Zone. What's next? The EV charging network is growing every month, but the real revolution might not come from installing more plugs. It could come from the batteries inside the vehicles themselves. Solid-state technology promises a future where charging becomes less of a daily concern and more of an occasional pit stop, just like filling up at a gas station today. If automakers deliver on even half of the promises, higher energy density, faster charging and safer performance, we could see an entirely new wave of EV adoption. Road trips would feel seamless, rural drivers would no longer be left behind, and the overall demand for fast charging stations could shift dramatically. The big question is when. Will we see this revolution within the next 5 years, or will it take until the 2030s before solid-state EVs truly scale? Either way, one thing is clear: the companies that solve this puzzle first will not only win over millions of new EV buyers, but they could also shape the very foundation of charging infrastructure for decades to come. This is the EV Zone, where we break it all down for you. No fluff, no hype, just the facts that matter. So what do you think of this video? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share them in the comments section below. At EV Zone, we believe open discussions can lead to great discoveries. Here, we consider both sides of the coin and welcome all viewpoints to explore new possibilities. In the journey to accelerate EV innovation adoption and a greener world, we encourage our audience to join in and share their ideas. Each of us has unique creative contributions to offer, so if you have something to share, reach out to us and we'll create a video to share it with our audience. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey through the world of EVs. Whether you're an enthusiast or simply curious about the future of transportation, stay tuned for more exciting content on EV Zone. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share this video to support our channel. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.